good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, totally fine. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
I was just checking out your belt as you were walking across the road.
Really?
Hey, you got style, girl.
Yes, us kind of girls can definitely have style.
Indeed. I was
how I
actually
see.
checking out your style book that you had up on YouTube.
Oh, yes, my little thing I put together.
Yeah, so what would you classify this look as?
I don't really know. What would I class this as? I don't know, like something, I don't know.
Street?
Something street. It's
Yeah?
definitely more street. Like, it's more like edgy street.
I don't know
It's
if
like
you can see the
chill
belt
street.
on the camera,
I
but
don't know.
it's gorgeous.
Oh, yes, I like it as well.
The last time it was the first time that I met you, you just signed with Bella.
Was that at the Plus Fashion Week?
Yes, Melbourne Spring Fashion Week Plus.
I just signed before I went on my trip to the States. I was there for like over a month, and then I just got back, and I missed the Plus Fashion Week, which kind of sucked because I really wanted to.
Did you stay on board and watch most of the shows, or?
No, because I got back, I missed most of it. I only
Okay.
was able to see, I think I only had that one last day or that one last night
Okay.
that I was able to see it. So I was like, all right, I'll make an appearance. I'll show up.
It was great to meet you, though.
Yeah,
So America, was that for modelling as well? or?
No. That was just me going over. Like, I like to go over and just mingle. I've got like friends out there, so I just go and mingle. I do some makeup out there too, which is exciting. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you classify, I guess, because I've been looking at your YouTube tutorials, which are incredible. I'm like, putting my makeup on today, I'm like,
everyone's like, they feel like I'm judging them or something.
oh no, absolutely not. But I'm like, am I putting my contours on right? Or and your eyeliner as well. Ooh.
It's a sharp. It's the sticky tape, man. The sticky tape trick. Like, you gotta get on the sticky tape.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I haven't actually tried it yet. I do it freehand.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
that's
think I'm
pretty
doing
good.
pretty good for freehand.
Pretty damn good, I must say.
So do you do it full time? So is makeup your kind of full time thing?
Yeah, pretty much. So I started kind of with makeup. That's what I've been doing. Like, I was in the industry a long time ago, and then I kind of converted more to makeup and just fell behind the scenes a lot.
Okay.
And yeah, I absolutely love makeup. So I do that full time and then run my social media and do modeling as well. So they kind of all gel and mesh together really well.
Perfectly, yeah. So when you
Yep.
say you were in the industry,
Oh.
is that the modelling industry or is that makeup industry? Or?
It's kind of both. So it's a long story.
Well,
I'll
we've
try
got
and
time.
I'll try and cull it down. So I started, well, originally I was studying justice, so it was completely like opposite to what I'm doing now. Like, it's crazy. And I was doing really well, but I just I thought about it and I was like, I don't know if I could kind of be responsible for people's problems for the rest of my life, or be questioned in court, or be held accountable for things that I don't really want to defend or anything like that. So I woke up one day and I was like, I'm creative. Like, I love to sketch. Like, I love to draw. Like, I'm really artsy. So I'm like, why don't I, because I was always doing my makeup here and there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why don't I get into doing that? So I had a lot of friends in the industry that were, back in the day, like Model Mayhem.
Oh, yes. That was Chris. Was it Chris that mentioned Model Mayhem? I believe it was her.
I'm not too sure, but that was like the thing back in the day.
Oh my God,
What
cars
is this
are
card
like,
doing? Are you okay? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so back in the day, like, that was the way that you like did your TFP shoot. So I had a lot of friends from that because a lot of people just like to use my face for photos.
Yeah, and I can see why.
Oh, well, it's just
Come
like
on,
there's
girl.
more than just a face, people. There's more than just a face. So,
Indeed.
and I don't think I was really that confident back then. But anyway, so I had these friends and I'd do makeup on these shoots and I'd be like, you know what? I'm getting more people asking me to jump on these shoots. Why don't I make it my profession? So I went and studied a year at Victoria University. So I did my diploma, specialist makeup services, and halfway through I got a job at MAC.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, but in between that, I was doing a little bit of modelling, all the TFP stuff, but I got scouted to do a pageant. So
You've gone down down that train before. I've actually been in pageant world myself.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god, which one?
You tell me about
Okay.
yours and I'll share.
I did Miss World. I
Okay.
can't remember when it was. I think it would have been when I was like 2021. So it's a while ago. But I just feel like I was smaller back then. So I would have been maybe an Australian like 10 to 12 or something like
Okay.
that. That was obviously still considered, you know, curve or plus size. But
Yeah,
the
within that industry.
way that I felt they marketed was, oh, we're embracing like having some like body diversity and having, you know, models that are a little bit fuller and all of that, and it was not that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this stuff.
Oh, well,
I don't know.
it's really up to you if you want to be politically correct,
like,
but
I don't know if I'm
I'm
like
all
allowed
for
to,
honesty.
like, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but there was another girl that was also a little bit curvier, and she felt the exact same way. Like, it was just the straight size model that was already represented that won like the pageant. Like, I got down to the top 20.
Okay.
So
wow,
it was
you got
pretty.
quite far.
Yeah, I got quite far, which was crazy. But it kind of broke me, and I don't know, like, it was great because it helped me network and meet a lot of people in the industry, but it kind of validated to me that I wanted to be behind the scenes and just push with my makeup, and at least I could still be in the industry, but, you know, be catering to it by making people beautiful, which is what I absolutely love, like making up people. So yeah, so then I kind of fell out of the industry after that because I just was like, I don't like being in front of like the center stage. Like, I didn't want like attention to ever be on me, so I fell out of the industry and just kind of just stuck to makeup. And then I kind of took a break from makeup, and then like I kind of got working with makeup again really heavily, and then just putting myself out on social media with YouTube and all of that. And then I asked like a couple of friends that I work with, like just industry people, I was like, oh, you know, should I apply to do like curve modeling and stuff? They're like, Latecia, you should be doing it. And I applied like back in the day and I got knocked back, so I was just like,
oh really? So
yeah.
at what age was that?
Yeah, like that was probably around the time, so it would have been like early 20s when I did it.
How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking? Sorry, I can never judge a model because they all look so like.
You can't. It's so hard to judge. Yeah, no, I'm 26.
Okay. So your early 20s is when you first applied to a curve model agency.
Yeah.
What size were you around that age?
Probably like a 12. 10
Okay.
to 12, definitely.
Okay.
And yeah, I just have been up and down like most women are, like up and down. They fluctuate with their weight, and I just kind of settled at the weight that I am now, and I applied to a couple agencies down here or in Australia, and Bella was the one that got back to me straight away. I was like,
Snatched you up straight away.
I was like, really? But I didn't have any intention. I was just like, okay, let me just put the application. I'm not going to hear anything. I've done this before. Let's just do it.
I've been knocked back.
Yeah,
I know what it feels like.
Yeah, like I'm just like, it's probably not going to happen. I'll just put it out there anyway. And instantly I got a response. I was like, what do I do now? I actually have to commit to this. I was like, what do I actually do now? So I was like, oh, okay, well, I better start taking photos.
Well, what were the kind of next steps for you? So once you kind of received that notification from Bella that they would like you on your books, what was the next steps for you? Because it's a different journey for most girls.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
So pretty much I just decided, okay, I need to start building up some photos, which I'm still working on. Like, I feel like I just haven't had the time to actually build up my book with test shoots. But yeah, I started doing just a couple of test shoots and built up my book just to put out some quality images so that you can obviously pitch to clients. So I just started doing that, and then I went off to my trip, so I've just come back and now I'm like really settling into it. So it's been
where
really
have you
good.
just come back from?
Oh, not just. It was it was
back
last,
then.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I've just been working heaps now, and I'm heading off to LA again, which should be exciting.
Is that the makeup as well, or just a holiday
no,
basis?
It's just a holiday. I've got a wedding to attend out there, so I'll probably go out there, and I might even just meet with some agencies and see if I can get signed.
How's work been here for you? So since signing with Bella, what's your experience been like?
It's been really good. So I've had a couple of like regular clients. So I've had Kmart, they've been ongoing for me, and Pete Alexander.
Okay.
Peter's awesome.
Yes, because
I
they
love
only
Peter.
recently started incorporating curve models, which is
and
great to
so
see.
exciting.
Well done,
Yay,
Peter. Well done.
I love his stuff. Like, the team is just so awesome. Like, and I feel everyone that I've worked with, like clients, brands, everything, like it's just been so awesome. Everyone's been so supportive. Like, I haven't had any bad experiences, like, that I know of.
Not so far, or that you're willing to voice.
Yeah, definitely.
But the shoot with Peter Alexander, so I have to be honest, I didn't actually see the one you did, but I saw, who was it? Jen from Bella as well. It looked really fun. So what did they have you do within the shoot? She had pom-poms and things being thrown in the air. And
that's pretty much how it is with Peter. Like, it's so much fun. It's always so happy, high energy, like almost like ID Max stuff. It's so cool. Like, I did one of his campaigns just before I left in last year, so it was like around July or something, and then I just did one recently for his celebrating his 30th anniversary, I believe it was.
Already?
And I know.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Like, where does time go? Like, what? And it was also like there was these balloons, like a crazy amount of balloons. I felt like I was gonna fly away and like go up.
I love that movie so much.
It's such a kids movie. So like it's so much fun. Like, there's always like glitter and confetti and smiles and just it's fun and colour. I love working with Peter. Awesome. I'm like devastated the day when he's gonna need a fresh face. But it's okay. We've got to share the love.
We've got to share the love. And
share the love.
There's rotation as well in the industry, so you will come back at some point.
Definitely. But I absolutely love working with Peter so much. But it's hard when you think about you've got to work with several thousand balloons behind you. You've got to think about, like, is my face on? Am I modelling the garment right? You know, do I look flattering in this pose? And it's a lot to think about.
Yeah, like, and am I incorporating the props as well and the rest of it?
Definitely. So there's a lot to think about. Like, people just think, oh, you got it easy. Like, no.
No, it's a stressful job at the end of the day, guys.
Yeah, definitely. But it's definitely rewarding, so.
And would you say that's your favourite shoot today?
Yeah, I'd probably say so. Like, I've had some good ones, but I definitely have like a secret spot for Peter's shoots. Yeah, they're awesome. They're always
a piece of your heart.
Yeah, it definitely does. I love it. It's always good fun.
Awesome. And I guess I've been scrolling through Instagram prior to doing this run and just had a look at the last couple of posts particularly.
Yeah.
And I have picked up that there seems to be a bit of a theme going on with online bullying.
Oh, I knew this question would come.
Well, it's actually something that it seems to be a common theme with a lot of the models that I've spoken with so far, and they all have very different ways with dealing with it, and they've experienced different types of bullying as well, whether it be sexual, just straight, name calling, etc.
Yeah, definitely.
But when did it all kind of start to come about? When did you start picking up on the bullying particularly? I saw your video on YouTube as well about how you deal with trolls. Yeah. So are you able to give us a kind of an overview of that?
Yeah.
Just an insight into your
definitely.
experience.
So I kind of started experiencing online bullying when I turned my basic Instagram account to being a makeup only account, and from that, the more exposure, so the more reposts I was getting from brands, it was bringing in a new audience, and people didn't know me personally, so they'd be like, oh, this girl looks like this, or she looks like that, or like, it was just straight up attacks on like how I look, and
just blatantly on your post.
Yeah, blatantly on my post being like, you look like a dude, or you're this, you're that, like all these like disgusting things. And at the start it really did affect me, because then I'd think, well, maybe I do look like this, or like, am I wearing my makeup too heavy? And at the end of the day, like, you can do whatever the hell you want. If you want to be beat to the gods, go for it. Go for it. Do you know what I mean?
Keep doing it, girl.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't come to your page that's about pottery and says, well, why are you doing pottery? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and that I just could not wrap my head around, and it did affect me like for quite some time. But then I think because I had so many supportive people around at the time, they were like, Latecia, like what you're doing is awesome, just keep putting out, you're getting response, you're growing, your engagement's awesome, the brands loved you, like just keep doing what you're doing and just block those people and delete them. So that's pretty much what I do with negative comments these days.
So your tactic is to block and delete.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's always something that I've done, because the minute that I see it, I don't want to like sit there and let it eat up in my mind. So if I get rid of it, then it's not there. I'm not going to go back on it. I'm not going to reflect on it and be like, oh damn, like is that really me? Like, do I look like that? Do I wear this too heavy? Like, should I be showing my body? Like, and yeah, those, I think so back in the day when I did the makeup and progressing for over a year and building up my socials has really helped me develop thick skin and being able to step into putting up body shots and whatnot on social media.
On social media.
Yeah. But that has definitely brought in even more, like...
Once you've transferred over to actually including body shots?
Yes, because I never would put any body shots up. I just wasn't confident, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't want people to see how my body looked. And as soon as I started putting up all these body shots and just taking ownership of, like, who I am and what I look like, more and more people are just... people are pretty, like, savage, I must say. Like, even today, like, I wake up to, you're fat and ugly, you're huge, you're this, you're that. And it's like, I'm so thankful that I have thick skin and I'm strong and I'm positive minded. I have a good outlook on life, because what happens if that was someone that, you know, had just put something out there for the first time, they're really excited and they might be going through something, their mind state might be something a little bit different
to you, and
they might not be able to receive that information as well as that I'm able to cope with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and I guess thinking about it and putting yourself in that position of your first post, and I guess given your mindset at that time, what, I guess, advice would you give to an individual that's putting themselves out there? Yeah, it's easy enough to say have thick skin.
Yeah.
You've given them, a way to deal with it, delete, to get it out of your face, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess, just words of wisdom, like how the emotions you were feeling when you first posted that image of, your body.
Yeah.
Because it would have taken a process to actually get to that.
Definitely. Like, it's a huge process to just to even put a bikini on. That was like the hardest thing in life for me, to put a bikini on. I was like, the way that I used to think would be like, well, if I don't want to see it, then why would the world want to see it? And that's such a bad mindset to have. And I know there's probably other women out there that probably feel that, and not even just women, there's probably men as well. But I think you've got to let that go. And I think the more you do in terms of like meditation or just more self-love, things that make you happy, and just doing research on, like, I don't know, just like, just doing things that you like, enjoy, and tell yourself about things like you love about yourself. I think that really helps. And I think just letting go of your thoughts, because half the time it's in our minds, and then you will have people that voice these things, but you're just gonna, if you're gonna put yourself out there, you're gonna kind of have to expect it, because either way there's gonna be positive and negative with anything that you do, especially on social media. So you're just gonna have to be prepared for those times when negative comments do come in, and just figure out a way to handle it, whether that be deleting or having positive people around you, making sure you have that go-to person that's always there for you.
Okay, so that's great advice.
Yeah, I don't know, it's so hard because everyone deals with it so differently. So I don't know, like I've let it go. Like, I've let go of what people the words that people say has no value to me, because I don't believe it. Yep. So if someone's like, oh, you're fat, blah blah blah, like, I don't believe that I am. I think I look great. So
and I think you do too, sister. I think you do too. So to the trolls out there,
well, that's how I see it. Like, if you let those words be something that you believe, then it will affect you. So
okay.
you just
and when you're having a bad bad day, like we all get there, where you feel like you're at the lowest of the lowest, what's something you go to? What's, to get yourself out of that mind frame? Do you have a go-to? Is it watching comedy? Is it, I don't know, going out shopping? Is it...
I think for me it's like sketching. When I'm in like a really bad mindset, or if there's something that like, if I need to detox myself from any social media or like get away from people, I like to sketch. Like I love drawing. So for me, doing something creative helps me stay focused on what I'm doing, and it distracts me. Well, not so much distracts me, but it kind of does. But it just helps me clear my mind.
Yeah.
And also like really good music, like put fun tunes on. Like music is always such a big help. Like I love always have music like going in the background, because that just like bumps up your energy. And maybe don't play like sad depressing. Yeah. That might not help.
If that's what you like, I don't know, to get out of a bad day.
Whatever floats your boat. Yeah, so that's pretty much like what I do. But I don't know, like I have really good support. Like I've always got people to talk to, so that's always really good. But if you don't have that, I think there's some methods that you could probably look into, like finding a hobby. Like I think it's important for people to have a hobby, so that's why I do like the sketching, or I used to do street photography, so I'd probably go do that. But I haven't done that in so long.
You are really artistic, aren't you?
I just love like creating.
Are you a Libra by any chance? I have to ask the question.
That's so crazy. I'm a day off Libra. So a lot of people say that I am. A lot of astrology says that I am, because I'm the 23rd of September.
Okay.
And my mum's the 24th. So I'm a day off her, but I've got traits of a Libra, but then I've got traits of a Virgo as well. So.
See, yeah. I'm a Libra.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm artistic, but I don't know. I don't know if you've seen any of my paintings recently. I seem to think I'm Picasso, but it doesn't really work out for me.
Hey, girl, whatever you believe. If you think it's fabulous, then it is.
And with trends for makeup and things like that,
yeah.
Do you generally follow other individuals, or do you feel like you have your own style? Or do you kind of go by trends that are going on within the industry? Like, for example, what's an autumn trend that's coming up? Because I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, no, see, I don't really follow trends. Like, back in the day I did. I used to be so onto, like, what would be coming out of runway, but I've kind of fallen back a little bit. There used to be this magazine that was incredible. It was like $50.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. But it had every single hairstyle and makeup and nail pictures, like close-up pictures of like fresh runway like look. So I was obsessed, especially when I worked at MAC. So we were always like about trend-based makeup. But I do kind of keep up with trends based on what I see on Instagram, but I kind of don't like to follow what everyone else is kind of doing, because I don't really want to plagiarize someone else's work and claim it my own and think that it was like my idea, when really I was just scrolling through the socials and stuff, just taking that information, be like, oh, I come up with a great idea, when really it's someone else's.
It's not the case.
I kind of just do my own thing. Like I think I do more of like glamorous style makeup, and that's what people like to see on my Instagram. Like I see there's like lots of different makeup pages for different things, like really natural, or more trend based and crazy, or very artistic.
The way she's carrying her. Sorry.
Is it a puppy or something? Just jumble my child around like that.
Sorry to distract you.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I got distracted too. I was like, this kid's just floating around in there.
They're flopping around in her arms.
Oh my gosh. Okay. She has an interesting way of carrying her child.
Okay, and I guess that's what your followers respond to.
Yeah, they respond to more of a glamorous style makeup. So I'm kind of always just tapping into that, because that's what people want to see. Like I have been trying to wear a little less, which has been kind of refreshing to just like breathe and not wear as heavy makeup, but
let your skin breathe after a long day.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I don't do it as much anymore, so on myself, like unless I'm doing something like this or like I'm going out. But
so what does your setup look like at home? I always wonder. You've got like, obviously the camera, and then a light. Have you got a mirror behind the light, or like?
So I've got like a ring light that's like in front of me, and then I've got my camera behind the ring light, and then I've got like my little bench beneath me or in front of me, and then I just got my makeup there and I just put it on and go.
Yeah. Okay, so that's so even simple. For your tutorials.
Yeah,
that's
for
it.
my tutorial, that's pretty much all I do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so simple.
I'm always
like,
wondering.
Anyone can do it. Like, it's so simple. You've just got to figure out like the method that works best for you. But yeah, that's what works for me. So it's just a ring light, my camera behind it, a table, and then makeup on it, and then just.
And do you travel light with makeup? So when you're actually heading overseas, do you take your entire container, or do you have a select few products?
Yeah, I just can't be bothered. I'll take like one palette and make it work. Like, I just can't be bothered carrying heavy makeup.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
I would assume your collection's pretty extensive.
Huge.
Have you ever posted an image of your collection?
I actually haven't, but I probably should.
Yeah, I would love to see.
There is a
It's like a girl in heaven.
It really is, and I'm so thankful for the position that I'm in, because a lot of it does get like gifted or sent to me. So I'm just like, oh, where do I put this? But I'm always giving it away to like a friend or something, or like giving it to mum. Like, here, mum, here's some makeup.
Hey, I'm here. I'd be happy with some.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I'm always like, even when it comes to like birthdays, I'll like just throw in like this, that, like extra like add-ons to a present.
Sprinkle on top. Here you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's good.
And if you could only take 3 products with you.
Oh God.
3, okay? So let's say that
question.
Yeah, the plane ride only allowed you to take 3 products on the boat on the plane with you.
Yes.
What would
Doesn't matter what it is. It don't matter.
Any type of transport.
I love it. I don't know, like, I think I could actually live without makeup. I know that sounds crazy, but I think I would want, especially on a plane, hydration. So maybe like a rose water.
Okay.
So Mario Badescu hydrating mist. Lip balm for sure. Like something to hydrate my lips.
Yeah.
And then the last one, what would it be? Maybe mascara, because it opens up your eyes.
It does.
It opens
I feel
up
like
your eyes.
Yeah, no look is
Because I feel like
mascara.
I won't need to do my brows. I don't really need bronzer. Like, I don't need foundation. Yeah, I think I'll be fine with a bit of mascara.
You're a wise woman. You're a wise woman.
Hydration and mascara, that's all you need.
Okay, and you look, I don't know, what nationality are you? I can't.
No one can, only one person has ever.
Not that it matters, but I'm just interested where the influence
so
comes from.
Mum is Irish and Scottish, and my father's Indian.
I would have never guessed that.
No one ever picks it, but then when I say what I am, then people are like, oh, I can kind of see it now.
You're gorgeous either way.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so awkward with compliments.
Why?
Oh, it's
That's
fun.
one thing I've learnt this year, that take a compliment.
Yeah, I need to work on that.
Did you have any New Year's resolutions, or you don't really set them?
No.
Now that we're in like March.
I know. Well,
What
it's
were
probably
they
a
again?
little late now. I do like to set goals, but I don't really set anything like, oh, well, I need to go to the gym this year or blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just set like short-term goals, like, oh, well, you know, this is what I want to do, like with my social media, this is what I want to do. So I have certain areas that I set goals for. So like,
Okay.
yeah, like I think that keeps you on track with what you're doing. So
Absolutely.
You definitely need to see it. I like have a pin board up and everything of like what I want to do 6 months, a year.
So a vision board.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's really healthy to see that, and then I like to take it off, and then once I've done it, I put it in like a little jar, and then when it gets to when I get to the end of the year, then I could be like, wow, because you forget at the end of the year how many things that you achieve. So I look at this little jar and be like, wow, I did that, I forgot I did that, like, and it's a nice way to end your year and be like, okay, like, well, I was able to accomplish this year, like, now I can move forward into the next year.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's a little positive thing to keep you on track.
What a nice way to end, though.
Yeah, definitely. It's because a lot of people just think, oh, what have I done this year? I haven't done anything. Or they get to the end of the year and they're like, oh, you know, this year's gone so quickly, and like you sit there and think of all these bad things, but it's like, no, well, you've done this, you've done that, and it's nice to reflect on those things. And just appreciate it.
And posing, you have that down pat. Down pat. So what I wanted to ask you to do before we wrap up today.
Oh my gosh, what?
I'm giving you 2 options.
Oh no! No, there was a challenge in this.
Yes, included. So 2 options. You can either give a couple of poses to the camera.
Oh god.
Or we turn on the radio and the song that's on the radio we both need to dance to as if no one's looking.
When you say dance, like dance in the car?
Yeah.
Oh damn, this is really hard. I think I'd rather us do the dancing
Yeah,
option.
you get to choose. Do you want Gold FM, Fox FM,
Oh crap.
Triple J?
Oh, I don't even know what songs there'd be on the radio.
That's the thing. That's the
Maybe
thing.
the golden oldies. 'Cause
Yeah?
then
Ready?
potentially we'll
Don't let us
know.
down. Hopefully it's just not an ad. What's this?
I don't even know what this song is. Come on, people! Get in with that! Oh my god, that
Thank you so much for being such an awesome
Oh
sport.
my god, thank you for having
Yeah,
me.
it's
It's
been
been
an absolute pleasure.
amazing.
And now we're off to get our smoothies and juices. So
Yum.
we're signing
I'm
off.
so excited. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yum.